G'day Year 9 HASS teachers. Just thought I'd make a quick flip video to explain how things are going ahead with the Year 9 election as part of civics and citizenship, as part of hopefully making a nation and using the state election tomorrow as a bit of a springboard to get that cranking some stage between now and the end of term, whenever it fits in best with your program. So thanks for the people that have been able to attend meetings. I know all our meetings have been offline. It's been tricky for people to get to. We have made a bit of a decision about how we're going to go ahead, and just going to fill you in on that. So first thing is through the Google Drive, REC, Humanities and Social Sciences. Now you might find this is in your shared with me section, as I created the folder, but it's been shared with you. Go Year 9 Civics and Citizenship, Year 9 mock election. And what you see there is a folder called backup resources and 2 documents. I'll start with the folder. The folder has a selection of different resources, that most of which have been downloaded from the website, the AEC website. Okay, so I've kind of collected up the ones in there that I think are decent, that we need, some that we definitely need to use to run the election, some that are just handy resources that you may want to use in the lead up, as lead up activities or as post-election activities. Just going to skip to the website real quick. This is the website. If you click on education, and then you have your different sections. So there's Get Voting, which is all the resources and the information around running a mock election. But there's a bunch of other resources, and there's an education kit which I've ordered as well, and I'll go through that in a second. That basically gives you your ballot box, where is it? Boom, and your election officials. And so we've got two of those packs, one of which is in my office and one Emma Mundy's got hold of, that can be used when we do the elections. But the Making a Nation section, obviously a depth study for Year 9 that most people are cracking on with after Industrial Revolution. This has a whole bunch of really good resources. So if you want to go into here, these are online interactive tasks that kids can do. And it also has a teacher guide, which I'm not going to click on at the moment, but I've got that teacher guide in our Google Drive pack, and that's a PDF that details how to build up and set up all of these different activities, and you know how they all work with kids. So fantastic resource, but not necessary that every teacher will use this resource. It depends on how you want to build up to your election, or if you just want your election to be a bit of a standalone event, which is okay too, because at least kids will get a bit of an idea about preferential voting, about different key terms around an election in government, parliament, and so however you want to incorporate it is up to you. Okay, so back to the drive. There's a document called Election Plan Resources. So just going to go ahead and click on that. Now this is the document that I've created to explain exactly how we're going to do this. So each learning community will have a separate mock election to determine their leader, and leaders will have an authentic role once they've been elected. Elections will take place at different times as determined by the learning community HASS teachers. So I'll just skip down here, and the teams, obviously the Flory crews, James, Mundy and Dawes, Mawson's, Collins and Rycroft, who I'll have a meeting with you guys next week to talk you through this process, seeing as you haven't had a chance to meet with you guys as much. Stoitzer can take the lead with Bates because he's been in all the meetings, and Feely can take the lead with the Spence crew there, which incorporates also Georgia, who's filling in for Sue at the moment. So there's 3 involved with that. Coming back here, like I said, the other learning that occurs is up to individual teachers. The resource banks in the Google Drive, the Making a Nation section I just went through. Anything in blue in this document, click on it once, and then if you want to go follow the down the rabbit hole, then click on the link and it'll take you there. So they're all links, and you'll see lots through the document. Obviously the purpose is that civics and citizenship is going to become an essential part of the Year 9 curriculum, and it fits well with Making a Nation, and it's the election. Detailed plan. Now, the minimum requirement in relation to the election is that students will need to have been explicitly taught about preferential voting, how to complete a ballot paper, and what a candidate is and what a campaign is, and how you might create an ideology or a party line in the lead up to an election. So 1 week out from the date, students can nominate to be a candidate. They use the nomination sheet, which you can link to there. No limit to how many students that can nominate, and they'll need to refine their ideology. We're thinking 2 to 3 school issues and 2 to 3 state, national issues. In the week leading up, candidates will campaign through posters and a speech to the learning community. Other students can decide to support candidates and form a political party, or they can choose to take another role in the election. In which case, if you had then they could be a election official. All right. There's a whole bunch of generators that you can use to create an authentic ballot paper, and a voter list generator, and there's posters that you can print out. We've also got some in the pack that you can utilise to put up around your learning community as to when the date is. The AC website's got plenty of other stuff that I've sort of been through, and the official ballot box you can use, and the elected leaders will receive a badge that I'm going to have made up. Not talking about these ones, but another decent badge that identifies them as a leader of Florey or a leader of Spence, or we can call a member for Florey if we want to give it that political connotation. And they'll work with middle school LCMs and leadership to provide student voice for the remainder of this year. So it will be an authentic role that they have after the election. So in summary, the election, there'll be 4 separate elections, 1 per learning community, to elect a learning community leader. Additionally, within this folder, the other document is election related activities and links. Now this is a communal document that anyone can add any activity ideas or links to activities or thoughts, resources that can be used as a preparation for the election, or things to do in and around, after, before the election. So I've kicked that off with a few different things there, mainly off of the website. But certainly in the meeting yesterday, we got some great ideas from Emma and Michael, Dan Feely. So yeah, what we want to do is start populating this document with some different things that we can use this year and in the future. Thanks for your time, guys. Cheers.